What's up? Welcome back to Journey. Now, for the next couple of episodes, I am going to be showing you guys how to get basically 100% of the game completed. I've already gotten all the trophies, but I'm going to basically show you how you can go about getting each one. The most important ones that I'm going to be focusing on are finding all the white symbols and the glyphs, or the, what was I calling them before? The murals, the hidden murals in the game. There are 10 hidden murals, and there are 21 white symbols you can find. So I'm going to show you guys where you can find all of those. Also, there are 2 Easter eggs. One is like a flower you can find that's kind of like a nod to that game company, the company that made this game. They had a game that came out called Flower before this game. So it's kind of a nod to that previous game that they worked on. And there's also one other Easter egg we can find later on in the game, which I'll get to that later. So you've probably noticed I'm wearing a white robe. That's because I've beaten the game multiple times now. I think this is my 4th playthrough. And basically, this is what happens. Like, you might remember that I mentioned in one of my previous episodes, oh, that guy's robe is more decorated than mine is. Each time you beat the game, your robe becomes more decorated than the time before. And so, once you beat it 3 times, I believe, your robe becomes fully decorated and you have a chance to unlock the white robe. I'll show you where you can do that here in just a minute, but first we're going to come up here and have this freaking awesome shot here. By the way, I am doing live commentary for this this part, or for this run that I'm doing here. A little bit of I guess variance for what I've been doing recently. Recently I've been doing a lot of post commentary because it's easier for me to do it that way, but this time I'm doing it live. So what we want to do is obviously first come up here and grab our first white symbol. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work. When you unlock the white robe that I'm wearing at first, basically it gave you an even longer scarf than you could ever get with the red one. So I'm not sure if this is going to give me the automatically lengthened one, or if I'm going to have to go back to the spot where I unlocked this in order to get that scarf lengthened. We will find out soon enough, though. Okay. So it doesn't lengthen it to the point that I thought it would. That's alright. So let's first go and get the first glyph. Now this is really pretty funny because I've gone this way almost every time that I've played the game. Oh, by the way, one of the cool things about having the white robe is that whenever you land on the ground, it automatically replenishes your flying ability. So that's really cool because you don't have to go around and find cloths to rebuild the ability. It just kind of does it on its own. So that's pretty sweet. Anyway, I've come in through here almost every time I played the game and did not notice that this is a freaking glyph right here. So there's your first one. That's how you unlock it. Okay, there's nothing else to do in this area, so the next place we're heading is down here into this area. Now, once you've beaten the game a certain number of times, now I haven't confirmed this, but see this these strands right here of cloth? I'm pretty sure that after you've beaten the game 3 times, you can come here and you basically switch them out. So once you step in there, it will switch out which one you're wearing. So I can go with the red robe, or you come and touch this and you go with the white. And see what happens there? It actually lengthened my scarf, which is awesome. The longer the scarf, the better. See if I can make it all the way there. I think I'm going to make it sweet. There we go. So we're going to get a ridiculously long scarf by the time we're done with this run through here. Anyways, in this first area there are 3 of these white symbols we can get. So we have now gotten all 3 of them. That's all that there are here in this area. Now, you might also notice that these other buildings, these other structures are now open and have like a white circle, glowing circle in the center of them. That's basically how you skip around in the game to the different areas. So if you didn't, I mean, if you want to go straight to the end of the game, I think it's that one straight ahead of me that you would go through in order to do that. But we're not doing that. We're going to go ahead and do a complete run of the game. So we've done everything that we need to do here in this first area. Nothing else for us to unlock or to find. So let's move on. Now I was thinking about fast forwarding through these little mural sequences here. In the first episode here, I'll go ahead and let it play. You guys can let me know if you'd rather have me fast forward through them or not, but maybe I'll give my comments on, you know, maybe some of the meanings that I found in them anyways. I don't know if you guys are interested in that or not. Because it is different for everybody. And when it comes to, you know, this type of symbolism, and there's just so much, I know there's so much subjective meaning in it, and there's so much, I guess, contention just on the internet that I've been able to see regarding, you know, spirituality and whether there's a God or not. And I don't want to get into any of that on my channel. So that's why I chose not to comment on it before. But if you guys really want me to, you know, comment on this stuff, I can do that. Luckily, this first one, it doesn't really show much. Now, in this next area, there's a couple of things that we need to do to unlock some trophies. And one of them is, or it can be difficult to do if you have another player in the area, which there always is. You always find another player in the area. But it can be difficult to do if they don't know, basically, about this trophy. But if you can cross this broken bridge without completing it, without going to all the cloth strands and activating them so you have a complete bridge across it, if you can go all the way across it without completing the bridge, you can get a trophy. I have already, like I said, unlocked that one, but the one that I'm going to ignore because I know it's pretty easy to get up to is this one here. So I'll just leave that one for now. And we'll see if we can hurry up and get all the white symbols and the glyph in this area before somebody comes around and activates all of those cloth bridges. Hopefully nobody will do that. So, there's already a guy here. He's behind me. But I'm not too concerned about going and meeting him right now. Now, there are a couple of trophies that you can unlock that are kind of dependent on other players. One of them is, I forget the name of the trophy, but basically you have to complete the game with the same person for most of the game. So that one's not too hard to complete if you just follow somebody else. Just, you know, make sure that you're always sticking by another player. Whoever it is you meet first in your playthrough of the game, just stick close to them throughout the whole thing and finish the journey with them, and then you can unlock that trophy. Another one that's kind of difficult to do, well, actually, in conjunction with that last one, as long as you end up crossing the threshold at the end of the game with that person, that also unlocks a trophy. So completing most of the game with the same guy, as well as what was I going to say? As well as crossing the threshold at the end with another player will give you 2 trophies. Also, if you press this, is it start? Yeah, if you press start and then you come back out of it again, see how I'm kind of just sitting here like this? meditating. One that's kind of hard to do is you have to meditate with another player. You have to both be sitting down on the ground in proximity to each other for 20 seconds, which can be kind of tough to do. This guy obviously did not see me. I really do need to try and hurry and get this thing done before he activates all those bridges, though, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Anyway, an easy way to unlock that one, it isn't the way that I did it, but I've heard that usually if you get right to the very end of the game, where basically you're on the mountain right before you cross the threshold at the end, if you do that, or when you get there, if you actually just kind of sit down and meditate, usually people will understand that, oh, whoops, I forgot to do something. Dang it, I forgot to show you guys where the glyph is. We got all 3 of the white symbols in this area. At least I thought I did. Oh yeah, we did. But I forgot to get this glyph, so I'll show you guys where this is at, because I forgot to do this in the last playthrough, or in my first playthrough that you guys watched. Anyway, if you sit down at the top of that mountain, usually people will understand that you're trying to get that trophy, and they'll sit down next to you and meditate with you. So that's how you unlock one of those trophies. Of course, the 2 that we're going for in this playthrough are going to be finding all 10 glyphs, which we now have unlocked 2. And also, finding all the white symbols, which we now have gotten 6. We've gotten 6 out of 21. There are 21 symbols altogether. And we have unlocked 6 of them. So doing pretty good so far. But that's all we can do here in this area. Now, one of the trophies, like I said earlier, that you can get, it's easiest to do when you have the white robe like I have, because your scarf will be longer, and it can regenerate just by, you know, whenever you touch the ground, basically regenerates. So you're able to actually make these jumps. It is possible to do without the white cape, but it is kind of difficult. However, we're going to be able to do it, it looks like. This one's usually pretty tough to make it up, but again, with the white, with the lengthened scarf that you get by being in the white robe, it's no big deal. So if you're able to cross all of these gaps without activating the bridge, then you will get a trophy. So, there you have it. That's all you can do here in this area. Which one did I miss? There we go. Okay, so not too much so far that I've shown you that we actually missed the first time around. Just that one glyph. I found all the white symbols before. Oh, and then obviously crossing that bridge without activating the cloth to close the gap. But in the next area, there's actually a lot that I missed. And so I'm going to show you guys all the stuff that I skipped over in the first playthrough. So it looks like all of these white-robed guys started to build. They discovered this cloth and they used its power for industry. They built cities. Became industrious. Pretty much all I really got out of it so far. Okay, let's do one more area here. I know that these are going to be longer episodes, but who cares? This game's awesome. I would watch this game for 30 minutes if I could. We're going to do this one more area, and then we'll call it an episode at that point.